Hello. This is my fourth time attempting this. I am here to try and show you how to make textures, repeating patterns, and turn them into brushes that you can utilize. We are going to start with the canvas. I recommend a 3000 by 3000. It's easier to work with for this as it's a square and it gives you plenty of space to work with. First thing, over here in these little folders, if you don't have one already, you're going to want to open one up, right click on all materials, and make yourself a new custom brushes folder. It's a good place to just store the stuff that you can get to it easily. After you've done that, I want you to come down to the layer properties, change the expression color to gray. If you leave it as colored, whatever color you make your design is what color it will be as a brush. You can't change it. But when you set it to gray, you can pick what color that you would like it to be in the moment with like the color selector. Now that we have that, we will do the first pass of the design. We'll just do a nice, I believe we're going to do a tree this time. All right, so we have our first pass of our design. It's very simple. You want to keep the features quick, light, easy to go over and make. You don't want to do the super heavy details right away because it's just going to make tiling a pain when you get to that part. So to get to that part, we're going to take our little canvas, select all. I'm going to come down here to our layers, right click it, convert the layer, and now we have our little box. So for the name, I'm going to be trying to make some tree bark here, so name it that. Change the type to image material layer. Down here, you're going to want to check the keep original layer, just because it'll give you the extra one that you can come back to if you need to. If you mess something up in all the detailing, you just want a fresh start, you don't have to redraw the first pass again. So we're going to hide that. Now we have our material layer. And we can come up here to our operation tool. We want object selected, scroll down to tiling, and now it's tiled, as you can see. For our first go of cleaning up the tiling and everything and getting it all to work, I'm going to bring it down to the bottom right corner. I'm going to try to get it as perfect as I can, matched up there. And now we're going to right click our layer again and go up to rasterize. This will make it so that you can edit your thing again, your canvas. It's going to make it so you can edit your canvas again. Now we can come in and we can start connecting these lines here. I don't know if you noticed, but I did not draw anything on the edges of the canvas to make this step even easier. I'm going to come back down here, convert layer again. This time I'm going to not check keep original layer, so I'm not making a bunch of new layers. Gotta change the type once more. Back up to object. Gonna have to tile it again, but now I can drag it around and I can see, yeah, that's looking pretty okay so far. Check the sides, check the top. All right, yeah. I would say that's good for the first pass. So now I'm going to select the center. It'll recenter everything. I can rasterize again. And now you, depending on how complex your pattern or whatever you're drawing is, you might have to go through that process a couple times of making it into a material, moving around in the tile to make sure everything looks good, make sure everything is repeating properly, and you want to make sure there's no like obvious pieces that stand out more than the others, because they will just make the repeating patterns more obvious. So I don't have any of that here. I'm going to start adding some like texture, some of that tree bark sort of look to this.
1 hour later.
Once you have your texture as you would like it. All the details are good. It's once you have your texture as you would like it, all your details are good. It tiles well. It looks good as you wish for it to. You will want to hit the little recenter. Make sure you rasterize. And then you're going to go up to Edit, Register Material, Image. Then you'll get this little window. You want to give it its name. You're going to check Use for Paper Texture and Use for Brush Tip Shape. That way the option will show up when you go to make it into a brush later for these. You're going to want Scale Up, Down, and Tiling so that it, can tile and will scale up and down. It is a good idea to give it a tag. This makes it significantly easier to find later. Obviously, you will choose your brush folder that you have made, and your brush is created. Now, I am going to make a new thing, and I will show you how to make it into a pen. So you're going to take the good old-fashioned G pen, duplicate, name it to what your thing is. This one will be a pen. Now you're going to come down over here to the wrench. Brush size, I recommend setting it to the maximum, just so that you have the maximum ability to put it up. Come down to brush tip, material, the add brush tip shape, and this is where the tag is useful. Bark. And as you see, that is not how you would expect it. That is because it thinks it is just a shape and not a texture. So to fix that, we have to come down to stroke and select ribbon. Now, as you can see, that is bark, my little bark brush. It should change with the color that you choose. So now when you're done with it, you want to make sure you hit the little lock button so that the settings do not revert. And for the other option, duplicate G pen again. Back down to the pen. Same thing with brush size. Same, but this time you're going to go down to texture. Select your bark. You're going to want to set the texture mode to multiply, the texture density to the maximum, and you can mess around with your ratio. I recommend setting it down quite a bit, but it also depends on what you're doing. Let me make it a little bigger. Look at that. There's tree bark. And naturally, once again, the lock to make sure it is locked. And yeah, there you go. Hopefully, this will help you. You can use it for whatever you wish. Make as many brushes as you would like. I hope to unlock the creativity within you. Thank you for watching this. It is 4 a.m. and I think I am ready.